Run for the White House is now a 60-day sprint and one big hurdle to the jobs report. So how is this going to play out in the race? Let's ask Christopher Hahn, Democratic strategist, and Jonathan Collegio, Communications Director for American Crossroads. Now, Christopher, I want to start with you. We're just off the heels of the DNC, and you know the needle moved a little bit for the president overall for the convention, according to the polls.
Yep.
But can he hold that if the fight becomes over the economy and the debate becomes about the economy?
I think so. I think, look, the Americans want to see a plan out of Mitt Romney. They understand that the president has been working hard. They understand that the president has been getting a lot of resistance from Congress. And they also understand in 4 key states that the economy is not as bad as it is nationally, specifically Ohio. And Mitt Romney cannot win without Ohio. Ohio right now has an unemployment rate of 7.2%, and it's lower than the national average, particularly because of things the president have done, including the auto industry bailout.
But Jonathan, look at this latest Gallup poll. I mean, this is kind of what we're talking about here, the fact that it's maybe closer than a lot of people realize. I mean, you've got at this point, President Obama's at 48%, Mitt Romney's at 45%. Is that a narrow gap in your mind or no?
No, it is. It's a very, very narrow gap. Virtually all of the national polling has this race within 1 or 2 points, all of it within the margin of error. And what's fascinating about the economy is that whenever these economic figures come out, the president always tries to pivot to another topic. The last time the economic figures were actually debated was when the state unemployment figures came out about 2 weeks ago. And what did the president do? They sent a letter to the Romney campaign over tax returns. They want to change the subject to anything else other than the economy because they know that if they're talking about the economy, they're going to be losing.
Well,
go ahead.
You know, I didn't hear the Republicans talking about the economy that much during their convention last week. I heard them talking about President Obama a lot, but I didn't hear them talking about the economy because they don't really have a plan for the economy. They might have a few goals, but I expect the guy who went to Harvard, got 2 degrees there, to have plans and understand the difference between plans and goals, Cheryl.
Right,
this is just goofy, Chris. I mean, he has a 59-point plan. What do you want, 109 points? I mean, let's be serious here.
Yes, there's a very big difference.
Okay, guys, all right, listen to this. I want to play you. Of course, we're all tuned in last night to the president. I want you to listen to the president last night. He basically asked for more time.
I won't pretend the path I'm offering is quick or easy. I never have. You didn't elect me to tell you what you wanted to hear. You elected me to tell you the truth. And the truth is, it will take more than a few years for us to solve challenges that have built up over decades.
Okay, Christopher, if memory serves, and I am getting a little older, but I mean, if memory serves, this president said that he didn't mind being a one-term president if he got the job done. I mean, I'm not so sure that's what I'm hearing in that soundbite. Just
look, you know, I mean, people say things when they're running for office. He said last night, 4 years ago I was a candidate, now I'm the president. You know,
things change. My job.
Now I understand how bad things really are and how hard this job is. I don't think Mitt Romney understands how hard this job is. I know the Republicans wanted to say the whole time when they were in Tampa, look, we screwed it up. He didn't fix it quick enough. Give us it back so we can screw it up some more. I don't understand.
Okay, Joseph, let me ask you, Jonathan, excuse me. Sorry, Jonathan, let me ask you this. Okay, I want to play you what Mitt Romney said about this and get your reaction to this.
I'm very specific as to what I'll do to get the economy going. What the president said last night had virtually no new steps, no indication of what he's going to do other than he really wants things to get better and he hopes to create jobs, but not how he's going to do it.
Okay, Jonathan, was that specific enough?
Well, no, because there isn't. I mean, what he's basically saying is stay the course. We know what the course is. The course were the first 2 years of his presidency when he had record-setting majorities of Democrats in the House and the Senate, and they passed a very, very large economic plan called the stimulus, which didn't work. We're sitting here today with an 8.1% unemployment rate, 96,000 new jobs in 1 month, and it takes 120 to 150,000 new jobs just to population growth. Not to mention also there are 3.4 million new college graduates over the course of 2012. 96,000 jobs a month is not enough to give all those people a place to work.
You're absolutely
this is a
right,
bad economy.
which is why we need a bigger stimulus. And let's be real, Jonathan, the stimulus worked. It put people back to work, it kept people to work, and 65% of it, Jonathan, were tax cuts. I would like to know what tax cuts in the stimulus Mitt Romney had a problem with. I want to know the specific tax cuts he thought were wrong, because 65% of stimulus was tax cuts.
Chris, if you want to have a campaign about a bigger stimulus, I think the Republicans would love to have that debate with the Democrats.
You know, it's not the size of the stimulus.
You know what, guys? We'll Oh, please, yes it is.
It's how you spend
yes, it is, buddy. Come on. $16 trillion in debt. Hello, what did stimulus give you? $16 trillion in debt, plus a health care plan that everybody hates, nobody rests.
Cheryl, I would have taken out half of those tax cuts and replaced them with actual infrastructure improvements in this country. Would have put people to work.
Those are temporary jobs. No, they're Jonathan's job for him, Chris.
The shovel-ready jobs that weren't shovel-ready.
You know what?
Yes.
They're temporary jobs. But by the time you're finished building those bridges, tunnels, roads, airports, perhaps the economy has recovered to a point where there are other jobs available for you.
Jonathan, you respond, because I'm talking over you. Sorry.
Just not 4 years later, you know, we heard the refrain that shovel-ready maybe wasn't as shovel-ready as the president thought. Look, we've been doing this for 4 years. It's not working. It's very, very obvious that it's not working. And the president's going to be held to account for what he said, which is that, you know, if I can't get this done in 4 years, this is going to be a one-term proposition. And on November 6th, voters are going to determine that.
Jonathan, if the GOP would let us spend the way they let Reagan and Bush spend, we would be well out of this recession by now.
I think you guys have had more than your share of spending, Chris.
Like Reagan did.
I think I like to spend. Come on, that's what the power does. I want you to spend some money. All right, guys, thank you very much. Chris, Jonathan, great to have you. Nothing like a Friday with you, too. Appreciate it. All right, well, here is your chance at home to weigh in on our question tonight.